I apologize in advance for getting agitated. But you certainly saw the title and the thumbnail. You came here expecting exactly what you're going to get. So, just have the popcorn at the ready. 2v2 or 3v3 mini-seasons are heaps of irredeemable thrash. And Arena be my witness, even they know it, as they reduced its duration to 1 week this time. But why is 2v2 such a disaster, you may ask? Where do I even begin? Oh, I know. From this elementalist. You think that poor guy has fun getting focused, mowed and murdered every goddamn round because cooldown of elite skills reset in between rounds? Now, this berserker, you think he has fun getting a real-life example of how bad his build is at handling conditions from a build he can't even scratch? Or maybe this Mesmer, you think he has fun finding out that all his efforts are ultimately futile because combined effort of him and his teammate isn't enough to stop this pain train? Or do you think I'm having fun having to 1v2 every round just because structure of a game mode made my teammate's life into misery at no fault of his own? We reached the peak ranked experience, where no one is having fun and individual skill doesn't matter, because the only factor deciding whether you win or lose is what teammate you get and if you get one in the first place. In 5v5 Conquest, your average team consists of 5 players. Here we have 2. Everyone with access to Microsoft Excel knows that whenever you're trying to average something out, the less variables you have, the more noticeable the differences between each variable. In 5v5, 4 competent players can easily carry 1 semi-competent player, because everyone has their own strengths and can use them to cover for other people's weaknesses. Also, it is much harder to single out and focus fire 1 guy out of 5 than 1 out of 2. So fragile squishies can at least seek safety in the middle of the pack. In 2v2, if you so much as dare to be less tough than your ally, that targeting reticle is staying on top of your head until you are called out on the floor. Focusing people in this game mode is a cakewalk, and therefore all classes without strictly overpowered ability to brawl are already starting from disadvantaged position, even before you consider that the most heinous, evil piece of shit remove fun at all costs buttons that otherwise are kept in check by long-ass cooldowns are available every fucking round. Getting mowed on repeat, fighting Thieves Guild after Thieves Guild and turret firing line or Basilisk Venom gimmick opening every 30 seconds is not my idea of fun. And I can guess with high probability I'm not alone on this hill, as queue times for this shit are abysmal. You'd think that needing 4 players instead of 10 to form a match is going to make matchmaking process faster. But it doesn't if no one wants to queue up for this shit. And who can I blame for it? I'm not having fun. They aren't having fun. No one's having fun. Then why not queue unranked instead? Well, because all the sweatlords that used to play ranked Conquest were deprived of their daily dose of good old ranked Conquest, because there is no ranked Conquest for a week. And so, all the people who'd like to practice cock and ball torture on each other are currently mixed up with the people who justifiably didn't sign up for this shit. Which means tryhards aren't having fun because they get unreliable teammates, and casuals aren't having fun because they have to deal with rabid lunatic spastics usually confined to ranked ladder, aka my people, for the entire week. One shitty mode managed to make another completely unrelated mode equally as shitty, because combination of tryhards and casual PvP enjoyers thrown together into one blender of GW2's matchmaking disorder is an experience comparable to Chinese water torture. Regardless of how stale it feels after a few years, Conquest is a fine game mode. Existence of capture points ensures classes with less mobility aren't on the mercy of whoever ports the most, and 3-point structure makes it so matches don't automatically devolve into one chaotic brawl and instead fluctuate between bigger and smaller skirmishes, even leaving room for honorable 1v1s on the side notes. Not to mention special map objectives, which make specific maps feel wholly unique and pace differently, letting even old game mode keep a little fresh taste over the years. XVX elimination, because whatever it is, it's not deathmatch, has none of these upsides. Maps are too small to allow for actual side objective or even proper kiting in some cases. There is no middle objective or any convergence point besides a high ground, and only goal is to kill each other. So meta is dominated by builds either focused at never dying or singling out a specific person and making their life a living hell for foreseeable 3 minutes. No wonder queue times are longer than the matches themselves. Arena, either give me a proper 8-man free-for-all or stop shoving this garbage in my face. The best it deserves is a checkbox in empty space below strongholds for the few psychos that have fun pairing 4 thieves guilds against each other. With that out of my mind, Crabface out.